Toxic patterns are repeated ways of thinking, communicating, or behaving that gradually damage your relationships, emotional well-being, or sense of self. They may include manipulation, constant blame, emotional withdrawal, unnecessary conflict, controlling behavior, or repeatedly choosing situations that create the same problems. These patterns rarely appear without a reason. They can develop from learned behavior, unresolved emotions, insecurity, or environments where unhealthy responses once felt normal. Number 1. You repeatedly recreate what feels familiar. People sometimes return to situations that resemble what they already know, even when those situations are unhealthy. Familiar behavior can feel safer than something new because the mind recognizes it. If conflict, emotional distance, or instability was common in your past, you may unconsciously repeat similar dynamics because they feel predictable. Number 2. You learned unhealthy communication. If you grew up around criticism, silence, shouting, blame, or avoidance, those behaviors can become your default way of handling disagreement. You may not consciously choose them. They can simply feel normal during emotional pressure. Without awareness, learned communication styles can continue into friendships, relationships, and family interactions. Number 3. You protect yourself through unhealthy reactions. Some toxic behaviors begin as attempts to avoid emotional pain. You might withdraw before someone can reject you, become controlling when you feel uncertain, or attack when you feel criticized. The reaction may have started as protection, but repeated use can eventually hurt the people around you and create the very problems you were trying to prevent. Number 4. You avoid taking responsibility. A pattern becomes difficult to change when every problem is explained through someone else's behavior. Constantly blaming others can protect your self-image temporarily because you never have to confront your own contribution. Healthy accountability does not mean accepting blame for everything. It means being honest about the part of the situation that belongs to you. Number 5. Your emotional needs are not being expressed directly. Unspoken needs often appear indirectly. Instead of saying that you need reassurance, support, attention, or space, you may become distant, passive-aggressive, demanding, or resentful. Other people then have to guess what you want, which creates confusion and frustration. Direct communication makes emotional needs easier to understand without turning them into hidden tests. Number 6. You keep reinforcing the same cycle. A toxic pattern becomes stronger when it produces a short-term emotional reward. Avoiding a difficult conversation may reduce anxiety temporarily. Getting control may create immediate reassurance. Winning an argument may provide a brief sense of power. Because the behavior feels useful in the moment, the mind repeats it even when the long-term consequences are damaging. Number 7. The pattern has become part of your identity. After repeating the same reactions for years, unhealthy behavior can start feeling like simply who you are. You may describe yourself as naturally jealous, difficult, controlling, distant, or explosive and stop believing change is possible. But a repeated pattern is not the same thing as a permanent identity. Awareness, accountability, and different responses can gradually create a different way of relating to yourself and others. Toxic patterns can come from familiarity, learned communication, self-protection, avoidance of responsibility, unspoken needs, short-term emotional rewards, and behaviors that have become tied to identity. Diagnosing the pattern is not about labeling yourself as a bad person. It is about recognizing what keeps repeating and understanding why. Once you can see the cycle clearly, you can begin replacing automatic reactions with healthier choices.